What is going on, guys? TCGseries Static here with your Spice Cabinet for our 8/23 event. And was it spicy? You'll see pretty soon, but let's go ahead and jump into these deck profiles, sure. Alrighty, guys, so looking at this here, we had 20 players last night, sorry. Um, First place was taken down by Gallantmon, followed by a couple Reapers, a Grandis deck, a Rise Greymon X deck, a Deep Brigade, a Black War Grey, and then a Beal Starter round down our top 8. We have our archetype breakdown for you. We also, notables, we had, like I said, Deep Brigade, a couple Rise X, Beal Star, a Sakuyamon. So some really cool one-of decks this time, just hanging out, looking around. Here, I'll get rid of this. Alrighty, guys. So looking at this, this was our first place Gallantmon list, and it's kind of what you would expect from a Gallantmon list here. We have Gilmon X as our new replacement for Promo Gilmon. The card was really good with the Gigimon especially, but it didn't really work because you wanted to be building a stack, not raising a rookie. Is my kind of like thought process there. So the card itself really good, just boosting our DP plus was very helpful. Then we got our Searcher Gilmon and our potential Warp Gilmon that also draws us some cards. To round out our rookies, we got a hybrid into Goonimon because we are playing 5 Tamers. Groundmon X also with the DP deletion effect boost, as well as just regular Groundmon from the starter deck. Really, really clutch occasionally when we saw it come up. The Groundmon though was really the big champion that we saw. Now moving into the level 5s, it's just the starter deck War Groundmon mixed with War Groundmon X. That's it. I think maybe one time watching him did I watch him actually digivolve to this instead of the double up. So you definitely want to do the double up, and I'll go over that in just a second. Now starter deck Gallantmon here. As well as Gallant X. Obviously, we're trying to do that because that card's crazy good. A couple of Blitz Omnimons, 2 Delicate Plans to shut down options, 1 Atomic Megalo. That card is absolutely insane. If you have, a stack with a Gilmon X and a Groundmon X, that thing deletes a total Digimon of 12k. That's nuts. A Gaia Force for some removal, and then some boost for consistency, a Joust, which came up quite a bit, Tai, and then Takato. So getting into how this was piloted, the thing I've never liked personally about Gallantmon as a deck is its punch, its extra like oomph to attacking, has always been tied to the like, oh, my opponent has to have 10 cards in trash or something similar. But this one actually found a really good way that we saw in finals to manage that. So 9 times out of 10 what we would see is, the Skillmon X antibody, because, you don't need to double up on it if you don't want to. Then going into Groundmon, maybe Groundmon X antibody, and then he would hold a War Groundmon in the back. Would wait till his opponent had something he could delete on board, raise, Digivolve to this War Groundmon X antibody, gain a crap ton of memory because this Digivolve is free. In case you don't know, you target 2 Digimon. The next time they would be deleted until the end of your opponent's turn. You gain a memory, or each of them lose 1 memory. And then if you have a War Groundmon or an X antibody, you choose any number of dudes, total DP 6k or less, and delete them. So we saw this a couple times in finals, where he'd start at 1, raise, go to War Growl X antibody, pop 2 things, and then, Groundmon triggers gains your memory, you gain the 2 memory from the things you just popped, and then he does up to 4. And then, we'd see him, go into Gallantmon, which also, triggers our War Groundmon, gaining security attack +1. And, we'd see him go into Gallantmon here, then Lightning Joust. So now we're checking 4 checks just as is. And then, we saw, I think, one time where he didn't have anything, so he just, went Gallantmon X antibody, restood, swung, and then went Blitz Omni for game. It was really crazy to see how well him piloting his own deck was actually able to give the deck a push that I haven't seen it have. So mad props to, I believe it was Tetris, who piloted this in our event last night to victory. It was crazy to watch him see. The deck is really cracked. You should take a look at it. It's super fun to watch too. Moving right along, second place was Reaper, and I am sorry I cannot find where I put the deck list. I know I got it, but I just can't find it. But we'll just move on to third place. It's Reaper. It's pretty standard, nothing too crazy. This one, for example, just taking out 1x anybody for Akari. Everything else pretty stock. We're kind of down to 3 Jerrys. We've got blockers. We got play set. There's nothing new necessarily about Reaper. Nothing crazy innovative anymore. That's 51. What did I do wrong? I typed wrong. I think this was, let me check this for y'all guys, just to make sure. What did I miss? No, I'm sorry, it was 2 Death X. Sorry. There we go. And that's fixed. And then lastly, we had a Grandest Tech to round it out. This one playing blue. Um, we're starting to see a little bit more of this here and there. Um, this was a trend that originally started developing in the JP meta, where Davis is just, good memory setter, get you consistency by searching. It lets you play things like Ice Wall if you want to. This one's playing Lobomon. That can be a little bit risky, um, but still, can work out for you in the end. And then, just 4 boosts for consistency, kind of a spread on the rookies. Other than that, nothing too crazy. Sneemon, we love to see the one of, if not more. The card steals games out of nowhere. But yeah, that was it, guys. That's going to be our meta breakdown for today. Uh, you know, yeah, that's it. So, Gallantmon taking it down. It was a cool match to watch. If you haven't, go watch our finals match. It'll be up right after this one. It was just a cool match to watch. So, anyways, with that, I'll leave you guys. Have a good one.